Hey, what's going on guys, it's me Morvi and I'm back again with another walkthrough. This time I'm going to be getting through The Garden Between. This game is on the Game Pass and should only take us just over an hour to complete. There are a few missable achievements, but I'll be pointing them out along the way so we won't be missing anything. If you are looking for a specific achievement, check out the description below as I have time-stamped each one individually. For anyone that doesn't know this game, this one is super cute. This game follows the growth of the friendship of two children that move into a neighbourhood. They share a plot of land behind their house, and they built a little treehouse as their little headquarters. It's not until a lightning storm hits their treehouse and transports them into another world. This one has a super cute aesthetic to it. I would recommend playing this one in the evening just to wind down from the day. Shout out to developers, the Voxel agents. This one was really nice to play. Okay guys, enough of me talking. Let's get to what you came to see. Let's go get them achievements. Okay, the first level was an easy one. It's just going to teach us the basic controls of the game. As you move forward, so do your surroundings. Walking backwards allows us to rewind time and everything around us as well. For this first level, we're going to walk up to this little box here until we can't go any further, and then we're going to start going backwards and rewind time. This will trigger a cutscene showing us the first light orb. After this cutscene's done, start pushing on. We're going to walk up to where the orb landed. As we're going past, get the girl to pick up the lantern holding the orb. This lantern is going to be with us for the rest of the game. Walk to the end and move on to the next stage. As I said in the intro, the level locations are exaggerated childlike memories. At the end of each stage, we get to see a glimpse of what the stage actually was. We find out that the girl's name is Arena, and the first level is based on when she first moved into the neighbourhood and met her neighbour that will soon become her best friend. Okay, level 2 now, and this is where we're going to get our first achievement. This is also the first time we're going to run into these bells. Walk up to it and let the boy ring the bell. This will open up a flower nearby holding a light orb. Start walking backwards and collect the orb with the girl and then start moving forwards. Place your lantern in this plinth here and this will create a bridge. You will lose your orb, but don't worry, we're going to pick up another one shortly. This is also the first level that we're introduced to the black hole. These things will eat up your captured light orb when we walk past them, as seen here. Carry on past the black hole until you reach the second bell. Ring this one and it will close the black hole. Now rewind yourself and pick up that orb that we lost earlier and press on to the end of the level. At the end of the level we will get our first achievement. Once this little clip of the two children sitting on the doorstep ends, we will be able to rewind this clip and watch it again. This time, if you move time back and forward, you'll start hearing a dinging noise, and the door should start to glow. Hold this position and the door will open up, and a little cube buddy will pop out of the moving box, triggering your first achievement. We will get an achievement like this after each world. Okay, on to the next world now. Each world adds a new element to the game. For this world, we meet the moving cubes for the first time. As we're starting out this level, walk forward just a little bit and you'll trigger a little cutscene showing the buddy cube bust out of a cooler. It will land just ahead of you and this will allow us to put the lantern on top of it. After we've done that, we're going to have to rewind. This will make the cube jump backwards back into the cooler, and on his way over he'll go past a flower, capturing an orb in our lantern. Once you've captured the orb, walk forwards again and collect your lantern. We will use this to make a bridge. Okay, after we've crossed the bridge, make your way up around the hill. We will bump into our new friend the cube again near the top of the hill. Place your lantern in the cube and carry on pushing forward. Soon you will come across another bell. Let the boy ring the bell and this will close the black hole that will stop our lantern from getting to us. Now, rewind yourself until you're back at your lantern, pick it up and push on to the end of the level. Okay, level 4 now. We're going to start by walking up this little hill here. We'll pick up the light orb, but it will get taken off us instantly by the black hole. Carry on pushing forward and our little cube buddy will land in front of us. Place your lantern inside him, and then rewind straight back to the start. This will allow our Mr. Cube friend to pick up the orb. Then once he's got the orb, we can start going forward again. Pick up your lantern and make a bridge. As you can see, there's another black hole in front of us, but we're not going to worry about that. Okay, we are going to come across another cube, but we're going to walk straight past him. Shortly after walking past him, we're going to pick up a light orb, and then we're going to walk back and place the lantern on that cube. From there, we can push forward, and this will dodge the black hole. Pick up your lantern on the third time you see the cube, and then place it back down on the fourth time you see him. Make your way to the top of the hill, collect your orb, jump over this little gap here and finish off that level. This will be the second achievement we're getting in this game. It is another world ending achievement and this one is called New Friends. To get this one you're going to need to move the camera left and right until the cooler in the background starts glowing and then a cube buddy will pop out giving you the achievement. Okay, world 3 now, and this has 3 levels to get through. At the beginning of level 5 we're introduced to a new way of using the bells. On these levels, instead of the bell closing and opening flowers and black holes, it will instead allow us to move the surroundings without moving the children. Also in this world we're going to get our first missable achievement, so let's do it. As we start out, we see that our path is blocked. Use the bell to rewind the Jenga blocks that have fallen in front of us. They should rewind to the top of the table. Once you've put them on top of the table, start pushing forward. We will be walking past a flower and orb that will allow us to make a bridge, so make sure you pick that one up. After the bridge we'll come across our second bell. Ring the bell and make time go forward, making the flower and orb drop just ahead of us. Okay, next up we're going to push forward and pick up that orb. Now we want to start backtracking to the last bell we just dinged. And now we want to backtrack past this little wooden bridge to the second bell that we rung. Okay, now rewind everything, making sure all the dominoes and the Jenga blocks are standing upright. This will pop our first missable achievement, reset the dominoes. From there we can move forward as now the Jenga blocks are out of our path, making sure you ring the bell to change the black hole. Then after that make your way up the stairs to the end of the level. Okay, the next achievement we're going for now is Game Over. What we're going to have to do is walk forward for a little bit, walk past this VCR and TV remote, we'll use that later, walk over this wooden bridge here, and make your way to the end where the bell is. Get the boy to ring the bell, and rewind time so the plug goes into the plug socket, and this should turn on the TV. Now what you're going to want to do is rewind yourself back to that TV remote. When the boy presses the button, hold that pose. Let the VCR rewind until it hits 0 and the VHS will pop out. Use this as a little bridge to get up to the second level and push forward. Soon enough you'll walk into a flower, pick up the orb and make the bridge. After the bridge we'll find a buddy cube. Put your lantern in this cube and then push forward. And then ring this bell in front of the TV. As you do it, your buddy cube should burst through the TV. Okay, now we're playing Super Silly Crow. What we're going to want to do is take the white bird over to the right side and kill the bug. After that, rewind and the buddy cube will pick up the orb. It will jump back through the TV and we can pick up the lantern. Okay, we can push forward to the end, but for the game over achievement, we're going to have to go back into the game, and this time we are a black crow. Walk towards the beetle and it will kill you. This will pop the game over achievement. Once you've got that, we can proceed to the next level. Okay, we're going to get 3 achievements on this level. First things first, we're going to ring this bell just ahead of us here and bring the buddy cube to the first drop-off point just ahead of us. We're then going to walk up the stairs and put the lantern inside the buddy cube, and then we're going to reverse back to the bell. From here, we want to push time forward and let the buddy cube jump across the map. At first he will jump to this rock, but what we're going to do is in between the side we're on and the rock he's standing on, we're going to place him just in the centre in the air, just like I'm doing now. By doing this, he can catch the orb that falls outside the lampshade. Once you've captured the orb, rewind yourself back to the first drop-off point and then pick up your lantern. And now we can make a bridge. Once we're across the bridge, the 2 children will split up, the little boy will go down and the girl will go up on the sofa. At this point, mainly keep an eye on the boy. And what we're going to do is ring the bell just ahead of us and bring our companion cube right next to the girl. What we're going to do next is put our lantern in that cube and then push a little bit forward. He will land on a rock and then you'll want to go a little bit further on and there should be a carpet getting held up by a broom. Stick our buddy cube just under that, and this will be where we get our first achievement. Press forward and the popcorn will shoot everywhere. This will make the carpet fall down onto the buddy cube. But by doing this, it doesn't hide the bell, and we'll get our first achievement. Okay, what we're going to do now is ring the bell and it will open the flower. Reverse yourself back to this previous bell and then use this bell to rewind the buddy cube. You're going to want to place it just in front of the popcorn bowl, so when the popcorn goes flying it's able to catch the orb. Just like I did there. Then once you've done that, rewind the buddy cube so it's next to the girl. Pick up the lantern and push on. As I said, there's 3 achievements for this level. One of them is a end of world achievement, which is what I'm going to be getting first off. What you're going to want to do is go forward and backwards until the TV starts moving, and that's where we'll find our staying up late achievement. But hold your horses, don't move on to the next level just yet. In the clip, the girl throws popcorn at the boy's face. To get the next achievement, we're going to have to fast forward and rewind, so we throw 5 pieces of popcorn at his face. Then we'll get the achievement Friendly Fire. Now, off to the next world. Okay, the new thing on this world is the fog. Without a light orb we cannot move through them, but we can walk over them. But with a light orb we can remove the fog entirely and walk through it. For this level we're also going to get our next achievement, Soar Through Time. To begin with, we're going to be walking through across this fog. After we've done that, we'll be picking up this light orb that will allow us to get past this next fog. Keep pushing forward so the black hole eats our light orb, and carry on until we get to this massive saw right here. Keep pushing forward and the girl will jump on top of the saw. Once she's there, once she's on the saw, keep rewinding time and pushing it forwards, and you'll start cutting through the wood. Once the wood's been cut in half, you'll pop our achievement. Then we can carry on to the end of the level. So once that wood has been sawn, we can use it as a bridge. And shortly we'll be coming up to a bell. Ring that and it will give us a new light orb, and it will allow us to pass through the fog. Keep twirling around the hill. The black hole will eat up your light source again, but that's fine. Push forward and we can pick it up just here. Rewind, and then the boy can use the bell that was previously covered by fog. So once the flower was closed, we want to rewind back to the black hole so it steals our light source. And now we can make our way up to the top of the hill using the fog. As you can see, there is a light source right at the top, so we can use that to finish up the level. Okay, next one is super easy, but sadly there's no achievement. What we're going to do is push forward straight away and ring the bell just ahead of us now. By doing this, we'll open up the flower next to us. Start walking back and the jumping buddy block. For this one you have to keep eyes on the correct buddy cube, but I'm going to be telling you which one is the correct one, so you don't have to worry about that. Keep pushing forward until you get to this spot here where all 3 buddy boxes line up. We are going to place our lantern in the 3rd one. Then what we're going to do is rewind right back to the start where we opened up that first flower. There we go, got the light orb. Now we can push forward. There's our orb waiting for us, which is very handy. Okay, let the cubes get back into position and then go and collect your orb. So we're going to keep pushing on now. We're going to let the little boy climb up the ladder, and then we're going to make a bridge. Okay, keep making your way up right to the top, where we're going to have to use the buddy cubes again, but again I'll tell you which one we have to use. Anytime today. They're in no rush, are they? They're in no rush whatsoever. Okay, so all these cubes are here. We're going to place it in the second to last one, the little pink guy just here. And we're going to put our lantern in it. Okay, now we've got to rewind quite a long way. Thankfully, it's a lot faster than walking forwards. So as you can see, your lantern's jumping around the map. We want it to get to that original flower right at the start. There we go. And now we can just push forward and end the level. It does take a little time because you have to watch this cube jump around all over the place, but yeah, get through this little mini cutscene thing and we're all good. We've done it. Okay, we're on our final level now for this world, and we're also going after our next missable achievement, Okay, we're going to start off the level by going up this ladder here and pushing onto the first bell. As you can see, we can control the lift with a buddy cube on it. What we're going to do is bring down the lift to our level and put our lantern on it. Use the bell again, take the lift right down to the bottom to pick up our first orb. Once you have that, pick up the lantern again and push forward. Soon you'll come to a bridge and we'll use the orb for that. Keep pushing forward until we get to our second bell here. As you can see, we control the lift again. This time we're going to bring it up to our level now and put our lantern in it. Now we're going to go back to the bell and take it right to the bottom and get another orb. Once we have the orb, we're going to take it up to one level above where we are now. This will remove the fog from the belt. This will open up a black hole nearby, but we will need this further on. Once this has happened, backtrack to the bell again and bring it back down to our level so we can pick up the lantern. This time don't forget to go back on the bell. We need the black hole directly at the top of the level. Now all we need to do is keep pushing on forward right to the top. We'll go through this fog once the girl catches up to us with the lantern. Once we get on this ladder here, the black hole will take our light orb, but we'll need to do that so we can get over this bridge here. As soon as you're able to ring the bell right at the top, do so and bring the lift right to the very top where we are. Push forward and let the girl get on the lift. As you can see, the buddy cube decides to go home at this point. Use the bell again, this time with the girl on the lift, and take her right down to the bottom. Once you collect the orb, the gone fishing achievement will pop. Now all we need to do is push on to the end of the level. We will also be getting another end of world achievement. This one is called our Secret Clubhouse. To get this one, we're going to make the poster in the back left glow. Once you hear that tingling noise, hold the position and get your achievement. Then we can move on to the next level. Next level now, and we have this number pad in front of us. What we're going to have to do is put the correct code in. You're going to have to put in a few wrong ones in to start with. The code we are after is 644676. Off the screen of the computer, go to the far left icon and then push forward onto this belt. Ring the bell and it will shoot out a fax. Push forward again and there is a bell just under the fax machine. Ring that and it will open up the ending of the level. Now we come across this machine that I believe is tracing radio waves. We want to play around with this machine until we start seeing the glass holding the flower shake. Once it starts shaking, hold that position and let it explode. Once it's done that, go up the ladder, collect that orb and we can finish off the level. Okay, we're going to get another end of world achievement on this level. We're going to start off by pushing forward here up to this first bell. We'll see our first buddy cube jumping around, but ignore him for the time being. So when we ring the bell, we can move this dinosaur skeleton. We can make a bridge here, but we don't want to do that yet. What we're going to do now is reconstruct the skeleton, just like I'm doing now. And as you see in the background, that amber gets made around the second bell. What we're going to do is fast forward as the skeleton is crumbling just as that amber starts to break, and we'll hold it there. This way we can get to the bell. Once we've rung that bell, our flower will open up, giving us an orb. And yep, you've guessed it, we're going to rewind right back to the start to grab the orb. Now we've done that, we can ring the first bell again and bring down the skeleton so we can have a little skeleton bridge. Just like that. And then we can go up to the second platform. So we can get rid of the fog now, so that's pretty cool. We do lose our orb on this black hole, but that's fine. Okay, this bit can be a little bit confusing, but don't worry, I've got you. What we're going to do is going to keep the bridge going down to the platform below us, and we will cross it so we can collect the second orb. Once we've got that, we can put it inside this buddy cube here, and then we're going to rewind back to that bell. Okay, as you can see, just above our buddy cube, there are two bells hanging there. We can ding them if we hit the skeleton into them. By doing this, it will close up the flower. As you can see, I ding the bell. I mistakenly do it twice here, so I'll do it a third time, just so we can get that black hole closed. Once it's closed, bring the skeleton down again to make the bridge we previously did, and push on forward where we left our lantern. Now we can pick it up and then rewind again. Ring the bell again with the skeleton, and then this time make sure the bone that was letting us go down is allowing us to go up. You have to ring the bell again just so the black hole in front of us now is closed and we can get past it. Then all we need to do is remove this fog on this bell here, and then fully construct the skeleton, and we can get right to the end. For the Mischevious Discoveries achievement, we're going to make the egg in the background glow. Once you've done that, the little buddy will pop out and we'll get our achievement. Okay, this is probably one of the trickiest ones in this game, so please listen carefully as even I got super confused on this one. We're going to start out by pushing forward here, and we'll see our buddy cube in front of us. For the time being, we're going to ignore him, and we're going to push on forward across this fog bridge here. We'll come to our first bell, ignore that as well, and then we'll collect our first orb. Okay, now that the boys reach the second bell, we're going to ring it, and we're going to bring this buddy cube over to us right now. Once he's there, push forward, and we're going to put our orb on top of him. Now we're going to rewind back to the second bell. We're going to push time forward so the buddy cube that has our lantern lands just about here, and the first cube that we saw right at the start should be right at the end of the map. Okay, so now we're going to reverse right back to the start of the level, and we're going to pick up our lantern. This time we can't go over the fog, so we'll take the level below. This time with the boy, we're going to ring the first bell, and this will open up a flower. Now we can reverse back to the first cube, and then put our lantern inside it. Keep pushing forward until we get to the second bell again. And then what we're going to do is we want to bring the buddy cube that has our lantern to land in front of us. Pick up your lantern and we're going to reverse right to the end again. You'll notice that the black hole eats my orb, but that's totally fine. We're going to pick another one up right at the start, and then we're going to place our lantern in the first cube. Right, we're going to push forward to the second bell once again, and this time we're going to fast forward time so the cube that has our lantern lands right at the end of the map. Then all we have to do is walk up, pick up our lantern and finish off the level. It is a bit confusing this one, but if you follow what I do, you should be able to get through it, no worries. Okay, this level is a little bit tricky, but we'll get through it, no worries. What we're going to do to start off, we're going to walk over this metal pole here, and we'll see a little droplet of water. If you rewind, you can see the water goes back up. We're going to stick the water in between the broken wire. This will turn on the light and remove the fog. Once that's happened, we can push on. Make your way down the hill until we get to our first bell, just like here. As you can see, we can break the pipe and have constant water flowing, which allows all the lights to turn on, but we don't need that for now. We just need to do what we did on the first bit of fog and let a water droplet hit the wire. Once we've done that for a second time, we can get through the next part of the fog. Okay, we need to wait for the fog to reappear so we can walk over it like a bridge. Then we'll find ourselves at the bottom of the hill. Ring this bell here and we'll open up our flower. And now we're going to rewind to the first bell, making sure we use the water droplets to get through the fog. Ring that first bell, and now we're going to break the pipes so there's constant water flowing. Once we've done that, we can rewind right to the very beginning and collect our orb. And now we can make our way down the hill to the fog that we first walked past. The fog will disappear and it will allow us to see the buddy cube. What we're going to want to do is put our lantern on the buddy cube. Again, make sure you have the orb in your lantern. Once your lantern's on top of him, we can walk down to the bottom. Make sure you use the first bell again, and we're going to close up that pipe. And we're going to use the method we did right at the start with the water droplet to get down to the bottom. And there's our little buddy cube jumping down to us. Pick up our lantern and we can finish off the level. Okay, time to finish up this world and get our achievement. To begin, we're going to make our way outside this tunnel here and we're going to push forwards. We're going to make our way to this first bell here. This allows us to move the rubbish that's inside the water. We are going to use this rubbish as bridges, so keep an eye on this one. First off, we're going to fast forward so the girl can use the second can to get over the first gap. Then we're going to push forward to the second bell and then rewind to the first can. By doing this, both the children can now cross both paths. Next up, we're going to stop this running water. As you land on the tap with the little girl, you'll see it start spinning. At a certain point, you'll stop moving, but the tap will carry on spinning, just like that. And then the boy can get past. Okay, now both the children split up and we're mainly going to be controlling the boy from here on out. We're going to make our way up to this next bell here and we're going to ring that. This bit can be a little bit confusing. To begin with, we're going to let this box and the door fall down the hole and we're going to use the third object to get over the first gap, just like I'm doing here. From here, we can use the pizza box to get over the second gap. And then we have another bell that we're going to ring. Again, we can rewind the rubbish that's in the water. So what we will do first is rewind time. Let the pizza box go right back and we're going to use the one before the pizza box. This is a green glass bottle. Once you've lined it up correctly, we can get on this bridge and there is another bell. We're going to ring this bell and it will open up the flower orb that is near the girl. From here, push forward to the bell that's in front of us and rewind time so we can use the pizza box again to get back to where the girl is, just like I'm doing now. Keep backtracking until the girl meets up with the boy again, just like here, and we'll collect our orb. Now we have the orb, the girl and the boy can take the same path, but we will take a different path on these gaps here now that we have the girl. So to begin with, on this first gap, we're going to use the box. Once we're over the first gap and on the island, we're going to put our lantern with the orb in the buddy cube. And then we're going to rewind back to the previous bell. We are then going to fast forward and use the third bridge that we used originally. Then we will pick up our lantern. And then we will use the pizza box to get over the final obstacle. From here we can remove the fog and get up this ladder. And now from here it's a straight path to the end of the level. And then we get our achievement and expedition goes down the drain. To get this achievement, we're going to make the tap on the left hand side glow. Once that starts glowing, hold that position and let your little box jump out, giving you the achievement. Okay, we've got 2 levels left now. This level is super duper fun. We're going to be playing around with graffiti. Okay, we're going to start off and instantly be greeted with one of the bells. We can't get to this bell because it's in the fog. So push a little bit more forward and we'll pick up our first orb. and then we're going to rewind to the bell and take away that fog. As you can see, when we ring this bell, we get to control this artwork on the wall. What we're going to do is move the buddy cube forward. As you do this, your surroundings will move also. To begin with, we're going to make the buddy cube hit the seesaw, so the left side is down. Then we're going to move the cube on so it lands on top of this whale. When it lands on the tail, the weight of the buddy cube will make the whale lean backwards. Once we've done that, we can leave the bell and push forwards. We're going to make our way over this bridge, across the whale, and then we're going to make a bridge. Once we've made it past this bridge, we're going to get to this second artwork and the second bell, and we're going to push the buddy cube even more forward on the artwork. This time we're going to make it land in this tyre. This tyre is right next to the artwork that we're using right now. So all we need to do is rewind a tiny bit and put the lantern on top of the buddy cube, and then we'll make our way back to the bell and we'll start rewinding. We want to rewind the artwork all the way until the buddy cube is standing on top of the slide, and then we're going to rewind. As you can see in the background, our buddy cube picks up the orb in our lantern, and then we can move forward again. Okay, now we're going to get back to the bell and we're going to fast forward all the way to the end, and we're going to open the door. As you can see there, it drops down, and then we can rewind our buddy cube into the tyre, pick up the lantern and push on right to the end of the level. Okay, we're going to go for another missable achievement now. This is the first level we're going to come across where music is affecting the movement of our buddy cubes. To begin with, we want to stand just in front of this purple cloud here and wait till our buddy cube jumps in front of it. This will remove the fog and we can move on. Once you're through the fog with the girl, make sure you stand just on the other side of it and wait for the buddy cube to bounce back. This way we'll be able to fill up our lantern. You will also need to wait for the buddy cube again to let the boy come through. And when he is through, make sure you ring this bell here. This will open up the black hole we'll need just ahead of us. Once that's all done, move up these stairs here and across this bridge, removing the fog on the way. So this is why we opened up the black hole. We need our light orb gone for this bit so we can get over the bridge. Yeah, as I said, there's a missable achievement on this, and it is behind that fog just there, but we'll come back to that in a minute. As you can see, changing the channel of the cassette player, you will turn on different buddy cubes. The orange line makes the orange cube move, the blue line makes the blue cube move, and the red line makes the red cube move. Okay, as you can see here, I was just playing around with the cubes. We do want to start with the cube up here, but I messed it up a little bit. So we're going to start with the orange cube. We want to place the orange cube just on that ledge below us now, and then we're going to go back to the blue cube, and we're going to make that blue cube come all the way up to us. And then we're going to stop the music. So from here, we're going to put our lantern on the blue cube, and then rewind time back to the cassette player and go back to the blue music. This will make the blue cube go down to the orange cube, and we'll gain a orb. Then you want to stay on the blue cube until he's bounced over twice to this solitary rock over here. From here we want to go over to the red cube, which controls our black hole, and we want to plop him just on the solitary cassette just here. Now he's out of our way, and that's perfect. We'll go back to our blue cube now and let him bounce twice back up to us, and we have our lantern back. Run over and collect your lantern. As I said, there is an achievement, so before we finish up, rewind just around this corner here to the fog, and we'll let our little buddy cube out, and that will give us the achievement, Found You. Now we can push on right to the end and finish up this level. Okay, for this one we've got 2 achievements, one of which will be a world ending achievement. We're going to start this level off by watching the flower orb fly down this little waterfall here. We'll wait and pick up the orb, and then we'll push forward through this purple fog now. We will go past the buddy cube, make sure you put your lantern on him, and then we'll carry on pushing forward. We'll get to this first bell here, we will want to ring it, this will open the black hole, and then we'll want to go back and pick up our lantern. As we walk past the new black hole, it will eat up our orb, and we can carry on over the fog, and then we'll collect our second orb. We'll quickly get rid of this one as we'll be making a bridge. You then want to ring the bell as the boy, then walk forward and pick up the next orb. But then you want to go back to the bell and ring the bell again. So this closes the flower, and we'll use our lantern to get through the fog instead. And then we'll push forward for a little bit, we'll come up to another buddy cube, we'll stick our lantern in him, then we'll push forward again. This achievement can be a little bit confusing, but it's all good, I'll take it slow. What you're going to want to do is ring the bell right at the top here, is you should see a black hole in the sky. We're going to fast forward and rewind so we can move the black hole to the right hand side right next to our lantern. This will eat up the orb inside the lantern, and from there we can rewind back to our lantern and pick it up. So now we haven't got an orb in it, we can cross this purple fog. Okay, back to the top. And then we're going to ring the bell once more. This time, if you follow what I do on the screen here, we're going to make a bell out of stars. Just like that. Then once that's there, push forward and get the boy to ring this bell. This will make the moon an orb. Now we're going to reverse again back to the previous bell. And we're going to position the moon just a little bit lower than it is now, just as I'm doing on the left hand side. There we go, just below the 2 kids on the screen. And then we're going to rewind and go down the ladder and stand just here. By doing this, we'll capture the moon in the lantern, giving us the achievement, Reach for the Sky. And now we can push to the end and get our end of world achievement. For this one, we're going to want to make the telescope glow, and then we'll get the Stargazing achievement. Okay, we're now on the last world. For this world, it's one big level split up into 3 parts. So we're still doing 3 levels, but it feels like just one big one. We have 2 achievements left to grab, so let's get them done. Okay, for the first part, we're going to start walking up the hill. Okay, we've got a very long walk ahead of us now. We're going up and up and up throughout the 3 levels. Push right on from the very beginning, ignoring everything as you go. Eventually, you're going to come to this part where 2 buddy cubes jump in front of you. We're going to put our lantern on the first one, and then we're going to rewind. As you can see, when he jumps down here, he'll pick up our first orb. Then we're going to walk forwards again and pick up our lantern. Push forward, ignoring the second lantern for now, and we're going to make a bridge. Okay, once we're over the bridge, keep making our way up to the top here. We're going to come across our first bell that is covered in fog, so we need to get a light bulb real quick for that one. As you can see, the buddy cubes are here once again. We're going to put our lantern in the first cube and then push forward until the cassette player falls down, showing us the orb. Once the orb is in our lantern, we can rewind back to the cube and pick up our lantern and then remove the fog so we can ring the bell. Once that bell has been rung, it will close the black holes and we can push forward. Put our lantern in the second buddy cube. Now the black holes are closed, we can let our cube sit there while we push forward and he can let us through this fog. Now all we need to do is work our way up to the top, collect our lantern and make a bridge. And that is part 1 of 3 complete. Okay, now we're on to part 2. We're going to carry on making our way up this hill here. As you can see, the surroundings of various parts of what we have seen in previous levels. On part 2 we are going to get a missable achievement as well. We're going to make our way up to this hill until we see this radio transmitter that we saw in a previous level. Stand just under it like I'm doing now and the lightning will strike. Hold this position and the lightning will connect to this object. And that will pop our secret achievement, don't touch that. As we push forward, the lightning will explode the rock that's in our way and we can push forward. To get past this rock here with the scissors, we're going to need to do the same thing with the lightning as we just previously did for the achievement. As you can see from my footage here, we want the lightning to be just above the saw, and from there it will connect to the scissors and explode the rock, letting us push forward. Okay, now we hit this bell, we're going to ring it and we can control the TV. Position the TV's cable like I've done there, just next to the globe. And push forward just a little bit, letting the lightning strike again. This time we want it to strike the paint bucket and it will connect to the TV, turning it on. This will release our buddy cube and we can push forward, letting him jump around with us. When we get to this bit here, the buddy cube is going to jump on the garden hose. Rather than pushing forward, we're going to hold that position so the hose fills up with water. This will spray the beach ball out of our way, and then we can push on a little bit forward and put our lantern inside the buddy cube. Once our lantern's there, we can rewind to the TV and plug it in on the main socket. And then from there, we can push forward once again. As you can see in the Crow game, that's where we get our orb, and our buddy cube bursts out, ready to hand it to us. Pick up your lantern that lands right in front of us, and we can push on right to the end. And now we have one more world to do. Let's do it. Okay, we're on the final world now, and our last achievement we're going to get is the Gardens Complete. This is an end of world achievement, so all we need to do is push to the end. There isn't a lot to do on this level. We pretty much just have to walk directly to the top and put our lantern down for the final time. Once you've done this, congratulations, you have completed the Gardens Between.
sky, and the ground is turning grey, in the place where you and I used to play, in the garden, and you're carried off downstream, but I know you'll think of me and all the things we used to be in our minds in the end. Don't forget about me, I won't forget about you. And when you need me we can go to places only we know.
And that is the end of my walkthrough for The Gardens Between. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, remember to give me a like, and if I helped you out in any way, please let me know down in the comment section. If you want any help on any more achievements, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you'd like to see. But until next time guys, I've been Morvi, and I'll catch you later. Peace.